Let's first take a look at our lovely planet. Anybody want to guess what this line is that's going across the Earth? That's right, sunset. Traveling 1,000 miles an hour east to west. Just hitting the Rocky Mountains at this point. And we'll be into California in about an hour. All right, next we're going to take a look at the 850 millibar map of the world. Because we're going to take a look at why in the holy hell we're getting snow in the Northeast. So I'm going to loop this here, and I want you to keep your eye on this area here. The Aleutian area. So Aleutian Low is what this is called. So we're going to stop this now. We're going to do this manually because it's just too long. It goes too far. I backed this up, this model, to the 6th of May, 00 Zulu, which is really the 5th, about 7 o'clock in the evening. So this Aleutian Low takes its momentum and its size and itself and pinches off the polar vortex, which is up here. Okay, this gray and purple, these are the really cold temperatures up near the North Pole. So I want you to take a look at this, what it does. It moves north and makes this pinch point. See how now the blues and the grays, or the purples and the grays, are gone, and warm air is getting pushed up into this area? Well, there has to be a corresponding release of some other air somewhere. When you push either fluid or air out of a particular spot, it has to move somewhere else. So it pushes the polar vortex down into the Northeast, is what we're seeing now. So this is how this sort of thing happens when we get these crazy cold snaps. Now this is a little hard to see. This is the United States here. Here's South America. So that's the basics of how that happened. So here we are looking at the 850 millibar map again. We're zoomed into North America. So to get your bearings here, this is Mexico, California, Oregon, Washington, Oregon, sorry. Florida down here, the Northeast up here. With all the isobars and things, it's kind of hard to see. So anyway, this is the latest model run. Excuse me. And we have our cold air solidly in place. We had snow today in my neck of the woods in Hamburg, New York. A couple of flurries in the morning, and then at night it started to stick. So this purplish, bright purple is the coldest air, and warmest in this map is the red. So we'll do the same sort of thing we did before, moving the model forward a little bit to see what happens. So now we're looking at Sunday and Monday. And things are just a big swirl of storms. Anytime you see this sort of thing where the isobars start to pack together and there's a twirl to it, that's a storm forming. Cold air and warm air will make storms. They don't get along together at all. They're of different densities, and they usually, the atmosphere doesn't like it. It likes to mix them and straighten things out. This air is way out of place right now. So you see from the moving the thing back and forth, you can see all the twirls that are happening until it finally modifies a bit. By Thursday, there's actually a retrograde motion, which you don't see very often. Look at what happens with the cold air. It actually goes up into Canada and then moves backwards across from east to west. That's don't see that at all very often. So we're into next week Thursday, so that, we're way out here, so that's a little bit silly. But that's the gist of the weekend. Is this cold air is just going to be spinning around in the Northeast. We're going to have lows forming, pumping up clouds and weather, snow. It's more than cold enough at this level, minus 13, to make snow. Remember that 850 millibars is around 5,000 feet. So there's your forecast for the Northeast. Now here's the West, and we have our, what I call the Mexican heat pump, going really nicely if you look at that. So every time you see a bright red flash, that's the daytime, and then nighttime, daytime, nighttime. It really pumps heat into the 5,000 foot level, And it's one of the things that helps with severe storms in the plains. Is you get that difference between this really hot air that's coming from the deserts of Mexico and this cold air that comes down from Canada every now and those clash right here in Tornado Alley.